So, you've run the marathon, sold the raffle ticket, dressed up, entered the 4-ball, begged and borrowed and finally reached your fundraising target. Thanks for all your hard work, and most of all, congratulations! You've made it to the Mellon Educate pre-departure briefing. Each and every one of you play a key role in making this school building blitz a huge success. Just a few more steps before we get stuck in, helping thousands of children get a quality education. One of those steps is to pay careful attention to this video. How did this all begin? It started with a heart and a brick.
When a chap called Mellon went on holiday to South Africa, he saw, beyond the spectacular views, something that he couldn't ignore. Smart, proud people living in dilapidated shacks with no electricity, no running water, no sanitation. And Niall knew he needed to change this. So one man with a kind heart inspired something huge. A collective effort of over 22,000 volunteers working together, building 25,000 beautiful houses, which became a blueprint for millions of homes in South Africa. Then one day, Nelson Mandela shared some wise words with Niall. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And so a new vision was born, building schools and training teachers, creating a legacy that would grow and grow.
Since 2013, Mellon Educate has been working to improve the lives of thousands of children through its education initiatives, including the Building Blitz, the Teaching Blitz, and the Mellon Educate Schools program. The charity's mission is to provide a quality education for over 100,000 disadvantaged African children.
Every one of you in this room are about to become part of a collective effort. Thanks to all our volunteers who are joining us this November. We are so excited to welcome our brand new volunteers. We cannot wait to meet you and share the Building Blitz experience with you. Never forgetting our veteran volunteers, we are so delighted that you are returning with us once again. It just wouldn't be the same without you. This will be our 6th Mellon Educate School Building Blitz, and our mission, over 6 days in 2 schools, is building 15 new classrooms, 2 playgrounds, 4 covered shelters, 2 kitchens, 1 ablution block, 2 sports fields, a road safety area, and 1 outdoor gym, improving the quality of education of 2,790 children. The 2 schools are Nkulula Queenie Primary School and Hector Peterson Secondary School in Wallasteen. Wallasteen has benefited from our housing projects since 2009, and to date, we have built over 6,000 houses in the area. Mellon Educate Director Ken Kingston visited the schools to take a closer look.
I'm standing on the exact spot where Mellon Educate was launched in 2012. This here around me is Nkulula Queenie Primary School, home to 1,400 students. This November marks our 6th school building blitz, and at this school, Nkulula Queenie Primary School, we will be building 2 grade R classrooms with ablution block and storage facilities, a model road safety area, a kitchen, 2 covered shelters, and 2 playgrounds.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure for me to get this opportunity to welcome you guys. All the volunteers, you are welcome at Nkulula Queenie Primary School. The volunteers are going to assist us building roads in our playground, because at the moment we've got some few learners that are being knocked by cars because they just walk into the road and they don't know how to cross the road. So we are going to teach them about the road signs, and I think that is going to alleviate the problem that we are having in the community. You are going to do a marvelous thing for this community, and more especially for our young learners. We are so excited, we can't wait.
Hi volunteers, my name is Mike Mavovana, Principal of Hector Peterson Secondary School in Wallasteen. These are the mobile classes that we've been having for the past 12 years. The school was actually meant for only 1,000 learners. That's why we had to have these mobile classes so that we can accommodate the increasing demand for the learners.
So volunteers, welcome to Hector Peterson High School here in Wallasteen. 1,390 pupils attend this school, and this November you will be building 12 classrooms, a social workers room, a kitchen, 2 covered shelters, an outdoor gym. And as the principal has told me, the pupils of this school are quite simply sports mad. And we at Mellon Educate have managed to claim these 2 fields from the city of Cape Town. And you, our wonderful volunteers, will convert those into 2 sports fields this November.
And now with the new project that's actually coming into our school, it's like a new breath of life coming into the school, because it means learners will now, for the first time after 12 years, be in proper classrooms. At least there is going to be now quality teaching and learning. I'm told there are going to be whiteboards in each and every classroom, and we are trying to introduce technology into the classroom. So that speaks to the vision of the school and what we want to do. We are excited about the project, and we are looking forward to see all the volunteers coming to join us at the school. I think this project will not be only about building and working, but about building relationships at the same time, getting to understand our culture and us understanding your culture too. We'd want to teach you at least 1 or 2 or 3 words in our language. Like for instance, when you greet, you say molo. And then when you say, how are you, which is in Xhosa, unjani. Usukapi, where are you coming from, which in your case will say, Ndisuka, Ireland, I'm coming from Ireland. And I hope we'll have more interaction when you come here, and we'll have a better understanding of our culture at the end of the day. Thank you very much for what you're coming to do in our country. We're excited and looking forward to see you.
Once the motor has dried, after the Building Blitz, the Mellon Educate education team continues the building process of strengthening and empowering the teachers in these schools to offer the highest quality education for all children. This is called the Mellon Educate Schools program and has been very successful in improving the pass rate in the schools we operate in.
Township schools are generally overcrowded and many are under-resourced. These schools rely heavily on corporates and non-profit organizations to support them. These factors had a great impact on Namhla when she transferred to Usasazo High School. Like many other students in underprivileged schools, Namhla comes from a very poor family. She lives in a shack with her extended family in the township of Khayelitsha, Cape Town.
A few years ago, my sister died of heart complications. She was only 14 years old. It was because we were not financially stable. We could not afford her medical care. I saw the pain my family went through, and it was very, very hard. I saw that I needed to be the change. I need to spare other families the pain my family went through. So I decided I want to be a cardiologist. And to become a cardiologist, you must have a good education.
Education is a way out for our children, away from poverty and the background of poverty. The school is not only a place where children come to learn, but it's also a place where children come to be safe. Our vision at Usasazo High School is to promote self-empowerment, self-reliance, and cooperation. The partnership with Mellon Educate is of great value to the school and to its learners. In building additional classrooms, it has alleviated the problem that we have of overcrowding, and the teachers can now teach in a more calm, focused, and conducive environment.
We saw Namhla's potential in her Term 1 results. We managed to get her in maths and physical sciences class in Term 2 because those are the subjects that she needed to get to medicine in tertiary institutions.
Namhla has achieved second position in class in her final year at Usasazo High. Her determination to succeed has been greatly helped by a partnership with Mellon Educate.
You're not just building concrete foundations, but you're really laying a concrete foundation in the future lives for these children. Mellon Educate is about putting in place the tools that give these schools a long-term sustainable future. We are equipping these schools with the knowledge and skill set to achieve a pass rate that they never dreamed was possible even 12 months ago.
Mellon Educate assists schools at the point of need. We develop the quality of the teacher in terms of pedagogics and didactics. And an empowered teacher teaches much better because she's got confidence. And this ultimately leads to better learner results and learner achievements.
This holistic approach by Mellon Educate is helping thousands of children get a quality education. And like Namtla, they too can get a new perspective on their future.
Some only see classrooms, but I see an opportunity to explore, to learn, and to dream.
With the education programme well established in our partner schools, our annual Teaching Blitz follows in August, which sees Irish and UK teachers make a huge impact over 2 weeks of intensive knowledge sharing and mentoring. Take a look.
This year, our focus was to continue building those amazing relationships we started last year and develop a little bit of content in the area of literacy and maths. We've also done a lot of work with our colleagues on classroom management and positive reinforcement strategies.
We've been into the classrooms and we've been collaborating and co-teaching with the teachers, which is really the best way that we can do it, and sharing of ideas.
It's always a pleasure having them around. It also gives us a relief because now you've got this person assisting you in class, so at least while she's doing one thing, you're doing something else. And I appreciate having them around. They've been a godsend.
What really hits home for me is the value that the students here place on education, and that's something that just reminds us why we're here in the first place.
It is the most fulfilling and satisfying experience that I have had. To know that in some small way that you can make a difference, it gets into your heart.
I'm grateful and humbled to thank you, Mellon, for being the pillar of our strength. Your thoughtfulness is a gift we will always treasure. Our hearts are still smiling.
Mellon Educate constantly identifies areas for improvement within our partner schools, and one such need, identified by our education specialists, saw the birth of the after-school parent literacy programme.
I am Alison from Breda and I am one of the Mellon education specialists. At our schools we have a problem with parental involvement, where parents don't come to meetings at schools, they don't know how to assist their children with homework. And we have now the literacy program for parents, and that is where we teach them how they can support their children at home. The parent literacy program is a 7-week program after which the parents graduate and receive a certificate of completion. It might seem very basic, but our parents need to be taught how to do interactive storytelling, how to read a story to their children, and also how to make little storybooks with their children, realizing that they are their children's first teachers and that they need to have a routine with their child. They are also shown how to play listening games and how to use an alphabet chart and how to pronounce sounds, because at school children are taught differently. So far we've seen great results because of this program. The bond between the parent and the child has strengthened. Our parents are now equipped to volunteer at our schools as classroom assistants, and because of our huge class sizes, they help and assist in the classes, and this is a great help to our schools and our educators. We hope to train many more parents in the future, and this will only be possible because of your generous support and donations.
All our programmes require continuous funding to ensure their growth. The annual Mellon Educate Gala Dinner is aimed at raising additional funds to enable the success of these education programmes. The auction raised approximately £100,000. Thank you to all who attended, donated prizes or made pledges, and for all the support we received throughout the year. By now, you will be inspired and energised for this life-changing blitz. Just a few more very important bits of information. Listen carefully. On-site information. Last bus to site will depart at 7 a.m. sharp. It will not wait around. A hard hat and steel boots must be worn. Your name badge must be visible. You must wear your kit t-shirt on site every day. Red card if you break these rules more than once, which means a flight home. All volunteers on site are broken into groups. The groups are made up of a mixture of trade and non-trade volunteers. There are 4 key roles to remember. Foreman. The foreman is the manager of the group. They wear a yellow hard hat. They coordinate all of your work. When you arrive on the first day, they will hold a meeting and assign your duties for the week. Volunteer support. Volunteer support will help with the smooth running of the group and deliver daily updates and communications. They will help with any problems you may encounter interacting with fellow volunteers. Health and Safety Officer. Our Health and Safety Officer's role is to work side by side with the foreman to ensure that we have a safe and healthy working environment for all. They wear a red hard hat. Medical Team. The medical team is based on the site compound throughout the working day and in the hotels in the morning and evenings. Remember, foremen, health and safety officers, volunteer support and medics are all volunteers just like you. Health and safety. Our policy is the provision of a safe and healthy working environment for all volunteers during the course of the Building Blitz. Look after yourself and others. You must wear minimum personal protection equipment. Hard hat, safety boots or steel toe boots, gloves and shirts. All cuts and bruises must be covered. Wraparound glasses are a necessity. Long trousers are strongly recommended. Always remember, a tidy site is a safe site. Read your health and safety book before departure. Security. Security of the volunteers is at the top of our agenda. We take it very seriously and have a professional security team working with us throughout the week. Here are a few very important guidelines how to keep safe during the week of the Building Blitz. The building site. Do not take chances, whether it is your first time or 5th time on the Blitz. Do not cross the site boundaries. Do not take valuable personal belongings with you on site, such as jewellery, money, phones, expensive cameras or passport. Never walk alone on or off site. Try to stay in groups of 4 or more, especially at night time. Always ask the hotel to call you a taxi. Only use ATMs accompanied by a group. Always exercise caution, because your health and safety is our priority. Educational Programme. Our educational programme is a very important part of the Building Blitz. Whether you are a first-time volunteer or a long-standing veteran, please make the time to attend community and school visits we have arranged this year. It will help you to see and better understand what local families and communities are enduring. It will allow you to talk to people you are helping by taking part in the Building Blitz. It will inspire you to work even harder to help those who are in need. We kindly ask you to always remember, these are real lives and real people. Respect the local customs and culture, and always ask for permission to take photographs. Please check the visit schedule with volunteer support. Donations. The local communities really appreciate the donations our volunteers bring to them, but we ask you, do not donate directly on site or during the educational visits. This causes huge security issues for the recipients and compromises the family. Each year, as always, we will work with the local community leaders and social workers to ensure that everything is distributed fairly. Donations to the local community, and especially the children, are a huge part of our Building Blitz. We know that many of you have spent months collecting toys and clothing to bring with you in November. We have a variety of flights reserved this year. Please contact the office in relation to your individual luggage allowance to enable you to bring as much as possible with you. Blitz logistics and practicalities. Your flight tickets will be sent to you 14 days before departure. You must have a valid passport, and it must be in date 6 months after your visit is completed. This year, most of you will have 2 flights to take to get to Cape Town, and the total travel time will be about 17 hours. We will be staying in one hotel, the Cape Sun, Strand Street, Cape Town. For any queries or issues, a help desk at the hotel is manned by charity staff between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. every evening. A medic will be on call from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. every evening. our insurance requires that all volunteers must have their fitness to travel signed off by their GPs before travelling. Please check with your doctor regarding vaccinations and boosters you may require for Cape Town. When working on site, be realistic with your fitness. Take regular breaks. Drink at least 8 bottles of water per day. Lunch on site will be provided. Never accept food from locals. It is the policy of the charity to police vet all our volunteers. If you have not yet returned your police clearance form, please contact the charity office immediately. Read up about your destination before you travel. Be knowledgeable and respect local culture and customs. Always ask permission when taking photographs. Never presume. We recommend you to bring the following items on the Building Blitz: steel toe boots, light rain jacket, fleece jacket, and some warm clothes. Light, loose clothing, small medical kit, prescription medication, lots of sun cream, after sun, insect repellent, and wraparound sunglasses.
A warm welcome to every single one of you. We are absolutely thrilled, can't wait for your arrival here in Cape Town. 2018, another Building Blitz in our favourite city. Every single Building Blitz is absolutely amazing, and I'm certain this year will be equally as rewarding for all of you who've made the effort to come out. When Emer and Linda and Ken and Frank and Andy and all of us are talking about you, men and women, during the year, we always talk about the different ways you fundraise. We know you put in a huge amount of effort. It's very hard to raise the money, and what keeps so many of you coming back year after year and getting through all the hurdles of fundraising is knowing the difference you're making in the lives of the people that you're coming to help. It's very hard for children to study in substandard classroom conditions. Changing those conditions, painting the walls, putting in new windows, making the doors secure, and closing up, in some cases, the holes in the roof where the rain comes in. All of these things show these children that people care for them. And when you transform their classrooms, many of you don't get to see the magic that happens in the year afterwards. I'm lucky to be over in Cape Town frequently, and we go into the classrooms, and to see the jump in the step of all the kids and the enthusiasm with which they're now learning in their beautiful classrooms is such a special thing for us to experience. We want to thank all of you for the effort you're making to change the lives of some of the poorest children on this planet and give them a chance of a better future. Thank you.